Welcome to PLUSone, the series where each month I look at the free games on PlayStation Plus and tell you if they're worth the download. After all, the games may be free, but your time is valuable. Today we're opening 2018's first set of free games with Deus Ex Mankind Divided, a 2016 game made by Eidos Montreal and published by Square Enix. Mankind Divided is a direct sequel to 2011's Deus Ex Human Revolution, but thankfully you don't have to worry about playing the first game as there's an optional and wonderful 15-minute cutscene that will catch you up on that game's plot. To give a very quick summary, Mankind Divided takes place in a dystopian future about 10 years from now, where humans often live with cybernetic augmentations. After the events of Human Revolution, where almost all of the humans went rogue and began killing regular humans, the Augs are now segregated and widely hated. Also, the Illuminati is involved somehow. They're pulling the strings behind all the events of both games, I think. I'm admittedly not exactly sure how it all ties together because I didn't play Human Revolution yet. What matters to you right now is that the game is a choice-driven RPG shooter hybrid where you play as an extremely augmented human named Adam Jensen. Even from the very first mission, you're given the choice between going in loud or going in quiet, killing or using tranquilizer shots, and the levels are super open. It's my understanding that you can go through this entire game without killing a single thing if that's the kind of character that you want to play. That's incredibly freeing. On top of this is the ability to hack a bunch of different things in the game to find optional information or alternate pathways to completing your objective, and a full skill tree. The game is incredibly satisfying to play, although it is a tad slower than I would like starting up, and there is a lot to take in if you haven't played Human Revolution. Once it gets into that groove though, odds are you'll get hooked in. Visually speaking, it's a beautiful game, until you leave the pre-rendered cutscenes. I was a bit surprised when I remembered that Mankind Divided came out in 2016. I totally understand lip-syncing being off or looking flat on these long, open-world games with dozens of side quests and optional dialogue, but even the main character models look a bit weak at times. It's certainly not a big deal though, as the game got me pretty quickly invested in the world. Seeing the innocent citizens reeling after a random bombing, hearing a kid crying as his mom dies right in front of him. Man, I'm not usually a softie, but that hit me no matter how good the game looked. Just be aware that you might get taken out of the experience every now and then when it does look particularly mediocre. With countless choices, abilities, quests, and fun gameplay to boot, Deus Ex earns a resounding +1 to your collection as far as I'm concerned. I will say that if you're not a fan of very complex games, Deus Ex might not be the series for you, so in that case, probably give it a pass. I'm a pretty seasoned gamer, and even I had a moment where I had to sit back and take everything in just to make sure I wasn't missing a key mechanic. Give it about an hour to really open up and to get used to all of the different mechanics the game dumps on you, but once it gets rolling, you're absolutely in for a treat. At 39 gigs, it's certainly going to eat up some hard drive space though, so do keep that in mind. And if you're watching this after January and the game is no longer free, it still goes for the full $60 on PSN. Considering it's only $20 at the store, I would strongly recommend you just grab it there instead. Side note, if you still have a PS3, a 360, or an Xbox One, I would absolutely recommend you try Human Revolution first. From what I can tell, it'll make the journey much easier and probably much more fulfilling if you do. What do you think about Deus Ex? Let me know down in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and make sure you subscribe for more reviews of each month's PS Plus games and more.